Welcome, everyone, to another episode of 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. I am Chris.
And I am Tom.
And this week, we're not actually taking one game and deciding if we want to keep it or trash it. We're going to take 32 games and decide which one will be on top of the 1H1D crown for the foreseeable time. And this time we actually have a guest with us, and we've got Dutch from the Midweek Mix-Up crew joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us and helping us decide which one is going to be on top.
Awesome, yeah, it's great to be here. It has been a little while in the making, but I am here. We are here eventually.
Yes, it definitely was. But yeah, we got 32 games to get through, and we don't have much time. We're going to try and make this as quick as possible between each contest. So we'll try to make each decision under 60 seconds instead of 60 minutes. So
Woo.
let's get started. So this bracket has been randomly generated, and first up is Code Vein versus Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Is this a contest at all? It's Ori, obviously, right?
Has to be, surely.
Yes, I agree with you, Tom. Ori is, for me, the clear winner of this game. Even though I never actually, I did go back and play it, but not too much longer because I was like, this game is way too hard. I stink at this game, so I was like. But
I mean, Code Vein's definitely got its following, and I appreciate that following as well because a lot of people love that game. But Ori just does everything in terms of its art style, the music, the storyline as well. Like both Ori's, the storyline has just been phenomenal. I think so. As an overall, it encapsulates every part of what a game makes a game great. And it is great as a whole.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that was already a pretty quick decision right there. So, Ori is the pick for that contest. Where did they have my mouse go? There it is.
Next up, we got Neoverse versus Undermine.
Whew.
Chris?
You know what? I don't like roguelites, but for some reason, I don't like card games. I like card games less than roguelites. So I'm going with Undermine in this bracket.
It's funny that you say that because that was my exact reasoning. If I have to spend another hour playing one of these two games, I'd rather it be Undermine.
I'm glad you both said that because I'm exactly the same. I dislike card games. I'm probably one of the very few people that hated Gwent in Witcher.
I'm with you right there. I am
not good at card games, like at all.
I ignore them. I ignored that game every time. It was like if there was like a villager was like, "Hey, do you want to play Gwent?" As soon as he started the first two letters, I was like, "Nope, I'm out. I'm getting out of here." It's not for
I don't
me.
care how good the armor is that I get for winning this. I am gone.
Yeah, I can thug it out. It's all good. Cool. So our next bracket is or contest is Pandemic, the board game, the video game version of it, versus Five Nights at Freddy's. You know what my answer is going to be.
Yeah,
I am never playing Five Nights at Freddy's ever again. So
if you stacked up card games are oh my goodness, roguelites or Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's loses
dead last. Five Nights at Freddy's is dead last for me. I'm sorry, I'm not playing that game ever again. So my pick for this contest is Pandemic. What about you guys?
Also, ditto on Pandemic. I also disliked Five Nights at Freddy's terribly. So it's not about who wins this one. It's about who loses. And Five Nights at Freddy loses.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say Pandemic, not because I dislike Five Nights at Freddy's horribly, but I mean, Pandemic in terms of an actual thinking man's game, you've got it's something that you have to actually do. Like Five Nights at Freddy's just try to survive the night. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we've got The Long Dark versus Observation.
Ooh, see, I wanted to like The Long Dark. This was something that we talked about early on, and it didn't really happen for me, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with Observation.
This, I believe in this particular 32 games that we've played, this is the only game that actually went back and completed. So I beat Observation. And that, I mean, to me, that tells me that I enjoyed the game enough to go back and actually play it. So, that's my decision for this one as well. It's Observation over The Long Dark. Long Dark had some interesting concepts to it, and I think at that point we were kind of going through a couple of survival games at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
During the podcast, right? So I think at that point I just got tired of them. But like during my playthrough, when I was on Twitch, there was someone that was watching me play and was telling me like how big the community was, and that was really cool to see that, like that there was that big appreciation for this game. But the creepiness of Observation, it wasn't like a Five Nights thing. It was just like an overall creepiness of the whole thing that I was okay with. And I was like, cool, I want to play this. I keep playing this to see what the heck is going on. So I beat the game twice, by the way.
Well, there you go. Proof is in the pudding.
How about you, Dutch?
I would have said the opposite. I'm more inclined to play The Long Dark again than Observation. But it's 2v1, so
yeah. Sorry, majority rules here.
Majority rules.
But
it has to.
Otherwise, I appreciate the game. Yeah.
Yes, forever.
Forever, absolutely. All right. The next one we're going to is Crisis 2 versus Goat Simulator. Chris,
I've got something for you here. Man, did I love my Dead Mouse helmet. No, it's not Goat Simulator. It's definitely Crisis 2.
You know what? I was actually excited to play Goat Simulator when we got it on the surprise me button, but I was so thoroughly disappointed with my experience with it. Like, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but like,
did you prefer Goose Game better?
You know what? I haven't played that yet.
Yeah. Goose Game is the better animal simulator.
So I mean, I'm sure I would probably appreciate that more. Because when I was watching you play the game, Tom, like the goat in a rocket jetpack it looked like crazy fun, and then like I played, I was like, oh, this gets boring very quickly, which is sad.
Yeah,
Crisis.
I think it's got a great concept, but doesn't have any kind of staying power.
Yeah. Crisis 2, it was obviously a sequel to a game that was very popular, and it hit the marks, I think, for the most part for me. But the age of the game also kind of, it didn't, I don't think it was pretty, but like pretty in like a 360 way.
Yeah.
Nowadays it was, when you play it now, you're like, oh, okay, it's not that great looking, but
whereas Crisis really holds up.
Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, it does that, but so be it. Next up,
let's move it on.
Well, this is interesting.
This is actually a really good one. This one,
yeah. Grand Theft Auto 5 versus Subnautica Below Zero.
You know,
What we got here?
you know,
Dutch, how about you, Dutch?
Subnautica
Let's
is
go with
actually
this.
a really good game. Subnautica is actually really good, but I also enjoyed. If we take out the online aspect of Grand Theft Auto, like
Right.
entirely, that was probably one of the best stories I've played in a Grand Theft Auto since Grand Theft Auto's inception. I loved the intermingling relationships between all the characters. I loved the fact that you could kind of go between characters and take over and do different missions and things. And like, okay, can I go back to him yet and find out more of his story, or do I have to wait? So that was if we just ignore the multiplayer altogether, because that's just a whole thing in itself. It's a bit like Halo's online versus Halo's campaign. Like, you can't connect the two. They are not one and the same. But Subnautica's also got a really interesting story, and it's a really nice game. That's a tough one. I would put, as much as I hate what Grand Theft Auto has become, I would have to say Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. All right. What about you?
I kind of enjoyed playing Grand Theft Auto, and I did not enjoy playing Subnautica. It could be because I didn't get very far in Subnautica, to be fair, and I needed to like unlock all kinds of things so that the game was less annoying. But the point of the matter is that I didn't. So if I had to play one more hour of either, I'm picking Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, I guess I am the minority in this, but I would have chose Subnautica because I've tried to play Grand Theft Auto 5 many times because this game has gone through, what is this now, 2 or 3 generations of consoles? 2? Is it 2? Is it just 2? Anyway, the point is, I've tried many times. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it was. And I've tried, but Subnautica was interesting. I felt like for some reason I was doing better at a game than Tom, which is surprising. So that made me feel better about myself. And I was like, okay, I'll choose Subnautica. But you know what? Grand Theft Auto wins this one. So I'll give it that. Majority rules. Next up, we got. Whoops, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was going to intro it, but go for it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You can do it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say next up, Bard's Tale versus Descenders.
Oh, this is an easy one. Easy one for me.
I enjoyed Bard's Tale.
Go ahead.
Oh, and I enjoyed Descenders more than Bard's Tale.
I enjoyed Descenders more than Bard's Tale too.
No,
I mean, come on. It was fun. Descenders was fun. It was easy. Like, you literally, as soon as you start the game, you're literally playing the game. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it was easy. And but at the same time, it did get, the difficulty did ramp up pretty quickly in the game.
Yeah,
too.
it ramps up immediately. It's like, right, here's a little training section. Now play this mission where you will fall off.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like, as soon as the fog kicked in, I was like, oh God, this is a wrap. I'm done. But it was still fun. And like, the music was pretty good too. I'm not knocking Bard's Tale though. Bard's Tale was good. But I just enjoyed my time more with Descenders.
If Bard's Tale was going to go down and lose to something, I'm glad it was Descenders. Because I did enjoy playing Descenders.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Next up, we're going to Nowhere Prophet or Undertale.
Ooh.
I am going to make... I still ran into the same problem with this, which is, the Nowhere Prophets, the card game with the board game thing going on. Not for me. So Undertale wins there. And I did enjoy the humor, and I wanted to see where Undertale was going. So,
yeah. I've got to agree, Undertale for me as well. Undertale is graphics aside, let's face it, it's one of them games that's intentionally meant to be looking the way it is. But nice story, nice characters, great music as well. But yeah, that's an easy win for me. Undertale, hands down.
This is a clean sweep for Undertale. I will agree, because also a Nowhere Prophet is, again, another card game. I was like, nope, not happening. And Undertale, I get it why people thought this game was really good. I love the concept of not killing your enemies and just like I don't even know if you want to say befriending them, but like sparing them their lives and stuff like that was an interesting concept. I wish a lot more games did that. So we're going with that. We're going with Undertale. So next up, what do we got, Tom?
We've got Sea of Solitude versus Night in the Woods.
I think Chris goes first this time. Come on, Chris.
They're kind of similar in some ways.
Yeah. Night in the Woods is no longer available on Game Pass, which is something to keep in mind. I kind of enjoyed the journey of Sea of Solitude. It was a simple game. I think it's fairly short too, which is one of the things that as I'm getting older, seem to enjoy shorter games than longer games. So I think I'm gonna throw cast my vote for Sea of Solitude.
In order to be difficult, I'm going to pick Night in the Woods. I think it was, to me, it was a more enjoyable game. Though I did like Sea of Solitude. I'm not going to say that I didn't like it, but this forces Dutch to tiebreak for us.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I have to say Sea of Solitude was my favorite game out of the pair. But I like that. Say, Sea of Solitude's one that I was looking at even before I played it. Is a game that I was looking at for quite some time, because at that time there was quite a lot of games that came out that was, I wouldn't say similar, but they all wanted this deep storytelling. And there was a fair few. I can't remember the name of the other games that came out around about the same time, but it was a fair few games that kind of tried to do the same type of thing. I think there was another game as well about something like that dragon cancer or something.
Yes,
I think you might remember that game, which was also extremely powerful. And I think he won Game of the Year and things like that as well for it as well, which was absolutely awesome.
It was about
Sea of Solitude
going through.
Yeah, it was about his son having cancer. It was really powerful game. But yeah, Sea of Solitude for me.
Sorry,
okay.
Tom. Night in the Woods can go kick it. All right, next.
Oh, this is a toughie.
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda versus Hello Neighbor. I'm gonna tell you, I did not really enjoy my time with Hello Neighbor because I was wandering around for a whole lot of time. In fairness, I was also wandering around a whole lot in Mass Effect Andromeda. But if I had to play now another hour of either one, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I'm with you. Mass Effect is the better. At least it was visually at least more appealing than Hello Neighbor. And I just couldn't get into Hello Neighbor. There's such, again, another game that has like such a cult following for it, and I get it. I did go about looking up like the story. And
it's one of them games,
dark.
like Hello Neighbor is one of them games that looks great when someone's streaming it and you can watch as a viewer. But as soon as you play it yourself, you're like, there's not much to this, is there?
Right. Yeah. So clean sweep.
If I knew where to go and what to do, the whole game would be pointless, but I would have a better time.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's go to the next one. AI, the Somnium Files versus Farming Simulator 19.
This is a tough one because they're so weird.
Yeah, both of them are really weird games.
Yeah, totally different. Like they're weird.
Which
but
one
like
do you want to be bored on
spectrums.
most?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'd rather be bored in anime, so AI for me.
I thought I'd appreciate Farming Simulator more, but I mean, AI looked good. I will say that. So I'm casting my vote for AI. How about you, Dutch?
I'm going to go with it. I mean, anything has to be better than farming.
The best part of Farming Simulator was hiring somebody else to do the game for me.
Yep. Get someone else to play.
I didn't realize you could do that. Yeah, I didn't realize you could do that. But look, I'm so fascinated by that whole simulator industry, like, because this isn't. There's been many. I think there's been one for Farming Simulator 22.
So there is.
Like the Madden for farming.
This is lawnmower simulator. What else?
It's crazy.
Everything has a simulator now. Surgeon simulator, PC building, PC building simulator.
Oh my god, Tom, you need to do that soon.
Yeah.
There's actually even a content creator simulator where you beat us. I don't know why you'd want to simulate being us.
It's your way. I don't even want to do it. Make sure things work. Oh my god. All right. What do we got next?
Rocket Arena versus Madden 20.
Oh, I'm going to go Rocket Arena because I'm from the UK and American football is not in our vocabulary, but also EA and the horrific monetization can go and do one. The way that they've set up their games, I do not care for it. I'd rather play. Yes, there is monetization in Rocket Arena, but it is. I'm sure it's a free-to-play game, is it not? And it's just nice and easy pick up to play. As the if I had to choose to grin and bear one of them, it would be Rocket Arena.
Fair.
I enjoyed my time with Rocket Arena more. Also.
Okay. Well, I am the minority here, but I would choose Madden only because, one, I thought the be the hero or whatever, be the quarterback or be the rookie or all-star, whatever. I thought that was interesting.
Yes,
and they've done it a couple of times. Like the RPG element of it was kind of cool. And you know what, Knockout City, I think, is a better Rocket Arena. So, like, I was playing Knockout City and I was like, this game is what Knockout City's trying, or this is the game that Rocket Arena was trying to be, and it wasn't. Like, it just didn't seem as polished as Knockout City. So that's why I would have begrudgingly picked Madden over that. But you guys won, so Rocket Arena's gone on through to the next round. This next one is interesting for me.
I think we're going to be divided, Chris.
Nero Automata versus Rain on Your Parade.
I've finished both of these.
You did?
Wow.
Yep. I finished both of these. And I love them both in their quirky moments, because both of these are very quirky games. I have to give it a Nero Automata because the music, the characters, the story, that one game got me into the Nero universe as a whole. It got me to get the previous Nero. It got me to get the next Nero. It got me to look into that universe much more than I ever had before. And I played that game like from start to finish as soon as it came out. But then when Rain on Your Parade come on the Game Pass as well, like that is such a cute and quirky game. But I also love the random elements you get in it, like the little throws over to Metal Gear Solid. If people have played through it, it's like little throwbacks, and you've got the zombie sections, and you've got like little. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I would say it's a great runner-up to have to Nero Automata. It's a very, very cool little game, especially for the kids as well. Like that is such a cool little game to play.
Definitely. I'm going to be like Tom, where I feel like a lot of people hyped up Nier for me. And because of that, I have to like take it down a peg. And my choice is Rain on Your Parade, because I had no expectations whatsoever for this game. None. And I was pleasantly surprised with like the ridiculousness of this game, because it gave me the vibes of like a Katamari or one of those other zany kind of games where you're just like doing stupid shit. You're like, what the hell is going on? But it put a smile on my face.
And you know what it is? It was perfectly timed as well for that game to come out after playing Donut County.
Okay, I didn't play that.
Have you played Donut County? Please play Donut County. Like, you will love that game. You will love that game. Basically, you're a hole in the floor that just gets gradually bigger and bigger, and your objective is to swallow up everything in the world into this giant black hole.
Amazing. Oh, I will definitely check that out. Tom, you're the tiebreaker here. What are we doing?
So I get to pick between playing one game the whole time or playing 4 or 5 different games. And that's what wins. Nier is so all over the place that I love it. It's a great fun time and it kept me entertained. So I liked Rain on Your Parade, but it really quickly became the same game over and over and over again. So
that's fair. Well done, Nier. You won again.
Yes.
All right. Next up, what do we got, Tom?
Dungeon of the Endless versus Forager.
Ooh, that is a good one. Who's going first?
I'll say first? I felt like I was cheated by the cover art of Forager. So on that grounds alone, I'm giving it to Dungeon of the Endless. Harumph.
That's what you got over there.
Dungeon of the Endless. Yeah, I like them kind of games.
A clean sweep. Yeah, I think it was a clean sweep. It was because it was like, it was kind of like a roguelite, but then they had some, what was the other element that they threw in there? It was almost like a strategy game too. I felt like, because you had to prep your basically your run before it actually happened, which I thought was kind of cool. And it was cooperative, if I remember.
Yep.
So, because I think Tom and I, we played this together. So yeah, I'm picking Dungeon of the Endless. Sorry, Forager. You are out.
You're out. Here.
Next up, Battle Chasers Night War versus Need for Speed Rivals.
This is like a begrudgingly having to give it a Need for Speed, isn't it?
That's what's going to happen for me. It's unfortunate because I want Battle Chasers to move on, but I had so much more fun playing Need for Speed.
It wasn't even a great Need for Speed, and that is the problem.
Yeah,
I like being a cop and crashing people.
Okay, yeah, but it gave you enough vibes of the old Hot Pursuit games that it was like, it gave you like, okay, this is cool. They
still have not bested the original Most Wanted that came out on the 360.
Yeah,
that was
a good game.
By far the best Need for Speed that they've ever made, bar none. I think a lot of people will say Underground and Underground 2, but in terms of what you can actually do in a game which was an open world driving, or kind of open world-esque driving game where you then had like high scores to beat, and fair enough, there wasn't like a multiplayer segment to it, but then your friends would say, oh, well, I got like half an hour against the police before I was captured, and you'd be like, right, okay, well, I know exactly what time I need to beat now. So then you go on and try and do the same thing. Yeah, it was. If only they would make a game as good as that again, but begrudgingly giving us Need for Speed.
They remade Hot Pursuit, so you never know. They could remake Most Wanted.
But the problem is that when EA do remakes, they tend to not leave it alone. They mess it up. They did a remake of Most Wanted, and they changed it. They changed the entire thing.
Sorry to hear that. I actually am going to choose Battle Chasers for this, even though it's already lost.
Yeah.
mostly because Joe Madureira and his artwork.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like the
That's
artwork.
fantastic.
Yeah. But, and also because when I played Need for Speed, there was some guy griefing me the entire time and like trying to take me out every freaking time. And I was like, this piece of garbage. Like, how dare you? That was okay. Well, there you go.
It's like,
there you go. It was Tom all along.
Yeah. All along.
Under a different account.
Waiting for you to come online every time. And he was like, there he is.
Legitimately, like every time I was like trying to finish a race, this one guy, this one cop car would like try to find me and take me out every time. I was like, why? Leave me alone. I thought I was like in a different area of the world, and nope, he was there. He was just there, coming after me. It was really annoying. All right, the last contest here for this round: Rage 2 versus Human Fall Flat. I think I know what the answer is, but we'll go through the motions here.
Do you know that I never want to play Human Fall Flat again? Because I don't, and so Rage 2 wins.
I actually really enjoyed Rage 2, like all the way through.
Did you beat it?
I haven't beat it. I've played probably about 75% of it.
Yeah, I'm choosing Rage 2 for this one as well. Human Fall Flat, while it was funny at moments playing online with people, it was kind of like Goat Simulator, where it was like, okay, is that it kind of thing. But was Rage 2, I was surprised. It gave me vibes of Borderlands, but like a little bit more, not really like, the art style is obviously different. So different, but like similar, but it was fun. It was a good time. And I really enjoyed that intro of the game as well, which was cool, where you picked your character and then the other character got flattened by a door. So that's great. So we are done with this first round. Now we're going into, this is the quarterfinals? Is this the quarterfinals or semifinals? I don't know.
Here's what I know,
We're going to the
Chris.
next round.
We need to speed this up.
We do need to speed this up. But here we go.
Quarterfinals.
Yes. Thank you. So this is an interesting one. Ori versus Undermine.
Ori.
Ori. Your vote doesn't matter, Chris. Moving on.
All right. That's fine. We're going with Ori here. I guess that's the case. And Undermine is a roguelite, so there you go. It's been banned. Next up, Pandemic versus Observation.
Ooh, harder. Observation for me.
Observation.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Observation was the better enjoyment for me as well.
And we get rid of another card game. Bye, card game.
Well, it's a board game, not a card game, but yes, go on.
It's both.
Yep. All right. Crisis 2 versus Grand Theft Auto 5.
I can get rid of Grand Theft Auto now.
Yeah. So can I. Goodbye, Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, get out of here. See you, take Rockstar. Crisis 2 wins this round. Crisis always wins.
This is going to be a tough one. Descenders versus Undertale.
Yes. Ooh. What do we got here? I'm picking Descenders.
If I had to play another hour of one of these two games, I want to play more Undertale. So Undertale for me.
Ooh, Dutch, you're the deciding factor here.
I'm gonna have to go with Undertale as well. Descenders is really fun to jump in on, but in terms of actual stories to follow along, I'd rather play a little bit more of Undertale.
Here we go. Undertale has won. Congratulations, Undertale. Woo. Next up, Sea of Solitude versus Mass Effect Andromeda. Ooh. I'm picking Sea of Solitude because the game is shorter. So there's Michael.
Sound logic. I like it.
if that's the metric, if it's which of these games do you want to play to completion, I agree. It's got to be Sea of Solitude. There's no way I'm playing all of Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah, but honestly, I think I enjoyed Sea of Solitude more than Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, if it was the previous Mass Effects, it would be a much harder thing to debate. Sure. But yeah, I've got to give it a Sea of Solitude as well.
Congratulations, Sea of Solitude. I'm okay. This one, I don't even know what to pick here. AI, the Somnium Files versus Rocket Arena.
I'm just going to go with Rocket Arena because it'll be silly online multiplayer fun versus whatever that is.
Yeah, it's a visual novel.
If I was going to watch an anime, there's like 4 or 5 other animes I'd rather watch than this game. So ditto Rocket Arena.
All right. Yep. I think I'm with you guys. So we're going with Rocket Arena.
Yeah.
You know what?
You're just going to give it the pass even after it beat up your Madden?
You know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. I still got someone in here, I think, that I'm rooting for. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, Nier. I don't even know how to Automata, whatever. Versus Dungeon of the Endless.
I'd still give it to Nier. I had a lot of fun with Nier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another hour of either of those games, Nier.
Yeah. There's just so much. Yeah. There's so much in Nier. That's like you were saying before. It's like it has every type of game mode you can possibly think of in that game. Like
it's so almost cheating. It's kind of not fair.
They've got top down like bullet hell. They've got like face on bullet hell. They've got like old school like random spaceship game. They've got platformer. You name it, has everything in it. And I think
there's even a visual novel mode too, right?
Yeah. And it's got about 9 endings as well. So if you really want to go for that, go for it.
Ridiculous. Yeah. I think you're right. Nier is the clear winner in this round because it's just such a weird game and it does it so well. It's one thing to have a game that does like all these different types of modes, like Grand Theft Auto, for example, but like it does it so seamlessly and so well that you're just like, okay, I'm with it and keep going. So Nier is moving on. Now, Need for Speed Rivals versus Rage 2.
Easy, Rage 2. Easy. There's just Rage has everything in it. I think Rage as well when it launched, it got a lot of flack from people for I don't know what people were expecting, but it was exactly what I was expecting when they showed off Rage 2. And I had never played Rage 1, which is probably why it got a lot of flack from whoever loved Rage 1. But it just had everything. It was Doom in open world scale, with just ridiculous characters, weapons, world, customization, random weapons. I thought it was just wild, and it was really enjoyable.
How about you, Chris?
Totally. I think so. I think I'm with Dutch here. Rage is the winner for me in this round. It was the gunplay felt good. Being able to just shoot anyone in the face and the power ups are good too. It felt good playing that game. And I told you that the griefer for me was also helpful. So
as much as I like to see Need for Speed move on, I agree. Rage 2, I think if I was going to play either of these games for more time, there definitely was more game in Rage 2. I'd like to see more of what Rage 2 had to offer.
Yeah.
There we go. We are done with you said it was the quarterfinals? Or
quarterfinal, that one, yeah.
Quarterfinals. We are on to the next round here.
Semifinals?
These things are...
Yes.
Yes.
Is that how these
are
work?
heating up here.
Yeah.
Sure. I wish they put something on here that would... Anyway, moving on. We've got Ori versus Observation.
Still Ori.
Yeah. Still Ori.
Come on.
Sorry, Chris.
Observation for this one. I was picking observation for this one, but all right. I mean, I get it.
I think Ori's had a really
good.
easy ride here on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. So I'll give it that. So here we go. Ori's moved on to the next round. Now we've got Crisis 2 versus Undertale.
Ooh, that's harder.
That's much harder. Yeah. Much harder.
Can it play Crisis? Can Undertale play Crisis? No, it can't. I'm picking Crisis 2 for this one.
Okay. I am picking Undertale.
Oh, you had to, didn't you? You had to.
Yeah, I did. because where I want these things to come to a head is not here. So, Undertale.
We got Dutch. No pressure.
All the pressure.
Purely because I enjoyed Crisis 3 and Crisis 1 over Crisis 2, I'm going to be picking Undertale.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Can this bracket run Crisis 2? Only a little bit.
So Undertale makes it. Well done. Next up, we've got Sea of Solitude versus Rocket Arena. If Rocket Arena wins this round, my God, I am deleting this bracket. I'm picking Sea of Solitude.
I think we're safe on this one. Sea of Solitude.
Same. Sea of Solitude.
Here we go.
Nice.
Finally.
This is a hard one, mind. This is a hard one.
All right. Let's see. What do we got here? We've got Nier versus Rage 2. This is a tough one, but I'm going to go with Nier.
Oh man, you're messing this up for me, Chris. I was gonna say Rage 2, and here's why. Because I'm looking across the bracket, and I think Rage 2 it was more fun than Crisis 2. So I was trying to bring my FPS in from that side.
Okay,
but it may not make it there. I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah, I'm also saying Nier. I can't overlook how much I enjoyed that game.
That's good.
That's okay. Everybody still wins.
Yeah.
Because Nier 2 is a fantastic game.
Yeah, it is a good game. It is a good game. Well, that's it. That was done. That was a very quick round. Well done, people. Well done.
Well, there's fewer games involved, Chris.
There are fewer games. That's also true.
Now we're at the semi-final. What was that beforehand? This is the semi-final now.
Oh, well, whatever. Sure, we'll go with that.
Never mind.
Now we're in the semifinals, and we're going with, first off, Ori versus Undertale. I think I know what the answer is, but Ori.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be Ori. Ori is a prettier game. It scratches my platforming itch in a way that Undertale doesn't. I think the only thing Undertale really has going for it is a story that I'm interested in learning more about. And I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, I think Ori's story it's a simplified one that you kind of just progress as you go along, whereas Undertale is a little bit more intricate in terms of its story. So it leaves a little bit more of an intrigue, whereas Ori's a pretty straightforward story. You know what you got to do and you know how it's going to progress. But it still wins.
It still wins. So Ori has made it to the finals. So congratulations. Now, I think this. I don't know if it's as tough of a answer here, but Sea of Solitude versus Nier.
Nier. Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
while I enjoyed my
be
time
easy,
with Sea. Yeah. While I enjoyed my time with Nier, with Sea of Solitude, yeah, Nier was the better game to play.
Sea of Solitude's one game. Nier's got a bunch of games.
Yep. That's where it's always going to win. There's just so much to do in Nier of many different things.
Would you like to play one game or a game that also has that game in it?
It's true. It's 100% true. So we have made it. We have made it to the finals. Woo! And we've got Ori versus Nier. Now this is a tough one. And it
really is, actually. It is a really, really tough one, this one.
So we've got a lot of decisions to make here.
It's not tough for me.
No,
you've heard my argument 4 times already. Nier.
Yeah.
The platforming elements are already in the game, so yo dog, if you want a game within a game, you get Nier.
Play Nier.
Yeah. Well, Dutch, what was your?
No, I think I'll be the tiebreaker. Go on, Chris.
You'll be the tiebreaker.
I'll be the tiebreaker. I want to hear these counter arguments first.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed Nier. I like the art style of Ori better, and for those reasons, I'm going to pick Ori for this.
As an artist,
artist, sure.
You're picking Ori.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
It's a tight
platformer too, right?
Sure.
And it's got the Metroidvania stuff elements to it, which can be hit or miss for me. But yeah, and Nier is good, but it was so like, what the heck is going on? I think I needed to be on several drugs to understand what the heck I was playing, but it was still fun. But yeah, Ori is going to be my pick for this one. So Dutch, you've got the final say on this.
This is why we have a guest.
Yeah, this is so tough because you can see why both of these games were loved by many. Ori, rightfully so. Like you say, the music is phenomenal in Ori. The art style is absolutely beautiful. Like, it is second to none in that genre. Like Metroidvania, like nothing even comes close to it in that genre for just the beauty of it. The story's really nice. It's simple but intricate and hard hitting. It is a really good game. And then you've, on the other side, Nero Automata, you have a very in-depth story that has many twists and turns, a lot of characters to get used to. But again, the music in Nero Automata was phenomenal. Like, one of the things that sticks out in my mind was the first time in Automata that you go to the fairground and that music kicks in and you see all the fireworks kicking off and all the characters dancing around and things, and you're just like, this is like a really magical place. And all the stories that they have as well is like, they're like, oh no, we're good robots. Like, you don't have to hurt us. We're just like doing X, Y, and Z. Like, we're not the evil ones here. And you've got to try and figure out what's going on and why the evil's there and what's causing them all to go defective. I think in terms of pure story and pure intrigue into what is happening in the world and the characters and just the planet of Automata, I have to give it to Nier. I think there was just a lot in that story that leaves you with intrigue. Where Ori's story was beautiful, it wasn't an intriguing one. It's not something where you had to really think about it and think, oh, I wonder what's going on here. I wonder what's going on here. It was a case of, okay, well, the bird's like got clipped his wing and now he's down. You've got to go and find him and such and such and such. It was just it's a basic story, nice one, but basic. Automata, however, there's a lot going on, but it's also not too overly complex as well. Like, you get a grasp of it relatively easy. But yeah, it's just both of them really, really awesome games. And to be honest, it's no surprise both of these are like top of the pile here. But it has to go to Nier.
So that's our final decision. It looks like we are picking Nier Automata. I don't know. We'll go with one of them, and that's what we're picking here as our of the 32 games that we played since the last time we did this. Nier comes out on top. So I mean, you guys let us know what you think. If we made a wrong decision and we really should have got Farming Simulator all the way up to the finals, you can let us know on Twitter.
Maybe Five Nights at Freddy's is a really good game, and that's why everybody loves it so much.
No, never. That is never getting into the finals ever in this. I will always veto that. But if you want to sound off and let us know what you think should have made it to the finals, you can hit us up on Twitter at TC1H1D, or shoot us an email at TC1H1D@outlook.com. Or, if we're ever live on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D, you can hit us up there and yell at us for why are we playing XYZ game even when we should be playing this game. But hey, that's not our fault. That's the surprise me button's fault. And so, sorry, sue me, whatever. And just to let you guys know, of course, we are part of Dutch's awesome crew there at Midweek Mix-Up. We are part of the collective, and we really appreciate you joining us for this episode. Please let everyone know where they can find you and, hit you up and hear about all the awesome stuff that you're working on.
Yeah, definitely. So, of course, you can find me at Wondering Dutch on both YouTube and on Twitter. On Xbox Live, it is a slightly abbreviated version. It's Wandering Dutch because, of course, letter constrictions. We couldn't have all of the names, so I had to chop it down into small sections. But yeah, we've got a lot going on. Of course, the Midweek Mix-Up podcast every Wednesday. We are having a break this week, but we'll be returning the following week. And other than that, we have quite a lot coming up, actually. We have just announced that we're going to do our own community Game of the Year awards, which will be in January. So we will be getting everybody involved for that, the entire community. Of course, the collective will be involved a little bit more than others, helping with picking certain things and announcing certain things for us as well. And then in April, we'll be having the Indie Showcase as well, which will be coming back. The last one was about 2.5 hours long. We had developers involved, free code giveaways, so big things, and I'm looking forward to both of them. But it's awesome to have you both on the collective. And of course, our family continues to grow, and we will help boost all of us up to heights that we probably didn't imagine doing so when we first started this. It's awesome to have you both on board.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. It's been awesome to be part of that. But also, 1H1D is part of the QTB network. So if you also enjoy movies and TV, then you gotta watch with Bruno, and he takes you on a journey through the greatest shows and film of our time with guest hosts Nick and Brad weighing in as well. So definitely check them out at quitthebill.com/gottawatch. So that is it for this episode. We'll be back with our regular rotation with Haven.
That is correct.
Yes. So we'll be playing Haven next, and we'll be letting you guys know if we like that game or not. So Thank you so much, everyone, for listening or watching this. And we'll talk to you on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers, guys.